Hey, Frank, stick around here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norristown High School Gymnasium. We're here for Eagles basketball. And, Frank, they say that during the course of a season, there are 3 or 4 games that come along that test your team and allow you to know what kind of team you're going to have. I think this is probably the first one for the Eagles of Norristown. We're facing the Coatesville Red Raiders, team currently resting in 6th, ranked 6th in the area. And this should be a real test for the Eagles.
Yeah, Jim, this is the first game of the season where Norristown is the underdog, but they have the home court advantage. So I guess if you were unbiased, you would still give Coatesville a slight advantage. What's surprising, Jim, is this week the Enquirer's top 10 came out, and there's a few teams in the area ranked higher than Norristown. Here, Plymouth Whitemarsh is ranked number 5 in the area. Coatesville, who we play tonight, number 6. North Penn, number 7. Norristown, not ranked in the top 10.
Well,
so they've yet to make believers of
okay, the Eagles, though, are in that under consideration group. And the nice thing about that is, right after the holidays, we play Plymouth Whitemarsh, and we also play North Penn. So it's not as though you're chasing teams that you don't play. If you beat them, you're going to be ranked. Coatesville comes in with one of the outstanding young players in the area, 6'7" forward, Rich Hamilton. Hamilton had spent his time this summer playing with Lower Merion standout Kobe Bryant. And there were some very favorable comparisons between the two. The two got along very well and played well. Kobe Bryant had a lot of nice things to say about Hamilton. What do you know about him?
I don't know too much about Hamilton. I know about Kobe Bryant. Of course, we saw him play here last year, and some people say he just might be the best high school player in the country. But I haven't seen Hamilton play.
Yeah, so Bryant is one of these guys who he's thinking seriously about bypassing college and going to the NBA. If Hamilton,
isn't that incredible?
Yes, it sure is. And if Hamilton, you know, is anywhere near that kind of ability, they're going to be tough. Coatesville comes in with a very tall team, 6'7", 6'6", 6'3", 6'2", 5'9". That's a pretty good sized team. How do you think we'll work out against that counteracting in the rebounding department?
Well, Jim, we have to have teamwork tonight. And when I say teamwork, I don't mean just the starting 5. I mean maybe the starting 8 or 9. If Coatesville has a weakness, what I hear is it might be depth. But they should be able to run with, their starting 5 will run with us. They'll play us the full court. They'll fight under the boards. I think Norristown is really going to have their hands full tonight, and they're going to have to be on their outside shooting. I don't think they can depend on the transition game or plan on scoring from underneath the basket. I think we're going to have to hope that the outside shooting is on for Norristown tonight. And of course, defense. Norristown is going to have to play defense tonight to win this ball game.
Yeah, we have not faced anybody this tall yet this year. It'll be interesting to see how our team has had height on the team so far this year, how we'll deal with Hamilton, who's 6'7", and center Sweet, who is 6'6", two very big young men. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about 4 minutes away from tip-off time. Frank, I love high school basketball. That's no secret. And this is what it's all about. 2 undefeated teams coming in, facing each other early on. You've got to be excited. I wish there were more fans here to see this. We will be back in tip-off shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Eagles Gymnasium, ready for the introduction of the starting lineups. And I think you're going to hear a very loud crowd. I know behind us for the JV game, it was very loud. December 23rd, a lot of people are out fighting the crowds at the mall doing their Christmas shopping, but this is where I'd rather be. What about you, Frank?
Yeah, Jim, as you know, the game was supposed to be last night, and several hundred fans showed up last night. I'm wondering if they came back tonight.
Maybe some of them slept over and they're still here.
I'll tell you, Jim, I think there would be a much bigger crowd here if it wasn't the Friday night before Christmas, because this is a big game.
Well, If people planned, they should have had their Christmas shopping already done. Yours is done, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, Jim, I went to McDonald's and got those gift certificates.
I think you shop out of the catalogs, don't you? Okay, the opening lineup for Coatesville, coming in here again with a big team. Number 25, 5'9" Mike Hamilton at a guard. Number 41, 6'2" John Too Long at a guard. The center is 6'6" number 53, Mark Sweet. And at the forwards, 6'3" number 31, Jake Royal. And the player you want to watch, player who is mentioned as all-district, maybe all-state candidate, number 15, 6'7" Rich Hamilton. Eagles tonight will be going with number 24, 11th grader, 6'1" Lofton Thompson. Number 32, 10th grader, 6'2" Josiah Perry. Number 33, 6'5" 12th grader, Ty Crutchfield. Number 44, 12th grader, 5'9" Jimmy Lever. And 6'4" 12th grader, number 50, DeWad Johnson. And here are the Eagles cheerleaders with a national anthem.
Norristown cheerleaders with a little help from the crowd doing the national anthem. And Jim, I think that's the JV cheerleading squad. I don't know where our varsity cheerleaders are tonight. There's a lot of unfamiliar faces in that group.
Well, maybe they're all out working.
There's a few of the varsity ones there.
Somebody having a party tonight that we don't know about. Of course, we have here our statistician, Neil Schaefer, who knows about all of the parties in the area.
It can't be Neil's party then. He's here.
We don't get invited to Neil parties, Frank. We're a little too old for that.
Jim, it's going to be interesting to see how Norristown wants to play defense, especially against Coatesville's Rich Hamilton. Whether they'll try to play man-to-man and maybe put somebody like Thompson on him, or whether they go to a zone and one, or I'm anxious to see what they're going to do.
Thompson gives up a lot of size, Frank, if he goes up against. Now, I think Thompson is a great defensive player. Ever since he's been in 9th grade, he has drawn the toughest defensive assignments, and he's come through really well. Coatesville in red, Eagles in their blue and white. Frank, our pants actually look as though they're up tonight for a change. Let's see what happens as the game goes on.
Well, I loaned my stapler to the coach.
Oh, okay. Well, that should do it. Here we go. Getting ready, DeWad Johnson jumping against Rich Hamilton. Ball's up. Hamilton controls in the hands of number 25. That's Mike Hamilton. This is Mike Hamilton outside in the corner. 31 is Jake Royal. Back out to Hamilton.
Playing zone.
41 is John Too Long. That doesn't surprise me. There goes a launch by Hamilton. It's no good. Excuse me, that was Jake Royal. Eagles back. This is Lofton Thompson to Lever. Crutchfield. Crutchfield launches a three. In and out. Battle on the boards. Controlled. Rich Hamilton. There's a battle underneath. Can't see what's happening. Looks like a rugby scrum.
Good call by the officials. Calling a fast jump ball before guys start punching each other in there.
Eagles with tossing in. Thompson comes in the corner. Crutchfield. Crutchfield on the drive. Looks underneath. Nothing there. Ball taken away. Royal over to Rich Hamilton. Hamilton stopped for a moment. Ball goes to number 41. That was Long. Comes outside to Sweet to center. Bounce pass in. There goes a spin around. Good move. John Too Long. The Red Raiders move out to a 2-0 advantage. Lever back with the ball. Coatesville in his zone also. It's like a 2-3.
Yeah, different kind of zone.
Thompson tries to move inside. Ball knocked away. Controlled by Perry. Gets it back to Thompson. Crutchfield outside. That's unusual. Crutchfield's a good three-point shooter. 6'5". Plays outside. There's Crutchfield. Back to Thompson. Thompson into Dawad Johnson on the move. Round ball, no good. Battle off the board. That's number 31. Jake Royal loses it out of bounds. We've gone a minute, 23 seconds. It's 2-0. Eagles yet to get on the board. Coatesville with a tough 2-3 zone. Ball at Crutchfield. Crutchfield looks for Lever, finds him. Thompson's on Lever's right. Crutchfield is over here as even when they reverse it to Thompson. Thompson to Crutchfield. Crutchfield looks, doesn't have it. Back to Thompson. Thompson to Lever. Lever launches a three. No. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Josiah Perry tried to make the play. Lever going out of bounds, however. Ball over to Coatesville.
Both teams challenging each other to make the outside shot. Neither team wants to give anything underneath.
Mike Hamilton with the ball. Royal is 31 with him. Hamilton's 25. Rich Hamilton is underneath. Eagles are in a zone. 41 is John Too Long. 53 is Sweet. Red Raiders move the ball around well. There goes Royal with a three. No. Rebound Thompson. Lofton up off the boards over to Lever. Lever and Coatesville back fast. There goes Thompson of Crutchfield. Looks like the Eagles are going to have to shoot from the outside too, Frank.
Yeah, both
Crutchfield,
teams,
nothing
Jim.
there. Royal. Mike Hamilton loses the ball, but that was Jimmy Lever's play. Ball knocked out of bounds by Hamilton. Lever right there when Hamilton turned around. A heads-up defensive play by Jimmy Lever. Eagles tucking in those shirts already. Thompson underneath. Coatesville in their zone. The 2-3. A lot of height underneath. Thompson comes outside to Lever. Nothing there. Over to Thompson. Thompson looks for Josiah Perry. Finds him on the move. Spin. Yes. Eagles on the board. We got a 2-2 tie. Eagles not resorting to their pressure yet tonight, Frank. I wonder if they've seen Coatesville and they feel they have good enough ball handlers. Royal to Hamilton. Hamilton over to Royal. Royal in the corner to Sweet. Nothing there outside to Royal. Over to Sweet. Sweet looks for Rich Hamilton. Not there. Back to Sweet. Comes outside to Mike Hamilton. Back to Royal. Over to Hamilton. There goes to Long. Coatesville very patient. This could be a low-scoring game, Frank.
Yeah, Jim. Both teams they're getting an openings for the outside shot, but they don't want to take them.
And actually, I like to see that ball movement. It's good to see. Try to set up and get the best shot you can. This is Mike Hamilton outside. Eagles playing what, a 1-3-1, Frank?
Eagles in a 1-3-1 and Coatesville in a 2-3.
Ball's in the corner. There goes Rich Hamilton with a jumper. He's got it. First two for Rich Hamilton. Coatesville 4, Norristown 2. Lever back up court. Thompson with him outside. Ball comes to Thompson. Mike Hamilton bothering him all over. Back to Crutchfield. Crutchfield to Lever. Lever launches the three. It's up. No. Perry strong off the board. Over to Crutchfield. Crutchfield with a jumper. He's got it.
And a nice move by Perry to make the pass out.
Crutchfield's got a good shot. There goes Rich Hamilton on the drive. All the way. Yes. Rich Hamilton. Crutchfield not wanting to draw the foul. Doesn't go up with him. 6-4 Red Raiders. Thompson, Lever, Crutchfield. Crutchfield launches a three. Nothing there. A little more patience needed there as the ball goes out of bounds.
Eagles coming out full court now.
Here comes the full court pressure. Still 1-3-1 pressure. They find Hamilton on the drive. There he goes. He's got it.
Coatesville didn't seem too concerned about the full court pressure. They seem to know what to do right away.
Fouls on Dawad Johnson, his first. Red Raiders go up by 4, 8-4, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
And Jim, I'll tell you, Coatesville's the kind of team usually that you don't want to fall behind because usually as a team you really can't press. They usually have the ball handlers.
Hamilton's shot is good, and Coatesville comes back with full court pressure. Looks like a 2-2 one. There goes Thompson with a move. Ball taken away. Nice play. That's number 31, Jake Royal.
Oh, I thought he got away with a palming there, Jim. I thought he carried the ball and got away with it.
9 points for Rich Hamilton here. There's a foul on Mike Hamilton. We have a timeout in Norristown. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first period. Coatesville 11, Norristown 4, and Rich Hamilton with 9 points in the early going. Eagles have got to start being able to hit from the outside, Frank, if they're not going to be able to work that ball in.
Yeah, you got to hope Crutchfield can hit his threes tonight. Thompson's going to have to take a few outside shots. Norristown cheerleaders.
You've raised an interesting question. I think you're right. I wonder where the varsity cheerleaders are tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the names of tonight's cheerleaders.
Well,
we have the varsity names, but
we're going to assign our statistician Neil Schaefer with that job for the next game to find out where our cheerleaders are. Neil does a terrific job. We are really glad to have him.
Our officials for tonight's games are Mike Troisi and Rich Kirby.
Neil wanted to know where you live, Frank. You know, he wants to become the broadcaster or the color man, and I think he was going to sabotage your car tonight. I'm not sure.